that foul at the end to secure the victory?
We came up with a stop. I was pushing the ball in transition. And at first, it was a 1-point game? It was down 1. And, I knew that they had been trapping me pretty heavy all night. I was seeing bodies all night. So once I saw that it was Bays in front of me, I was looking at the backside. I saw Draymond, and I just knew that if I attacked the rim, that he was going to come over and meet me at the rim. So I knew that the opportunity for me to attack early wasn't there. So, I just tried to do a move to get Bays off me. I lost the ball, recovered it. And when I got the ball, I was just like, I'm just going to make him react to a move and get some space, and I'm going to raise up for this 3. And I gave him just a little movement, and he backed up and gave me a little bit of space. And, I was able to raise up pretty comfortably and get a good look. And, once that shot went in, I was like, all right, now it's a 2-point game. But, this would be the perfect team that would come draw something up and, be looking for a 3. So when we came out of the huddle, we just were saying no threes. And me and Rocco switched the first action on Steph. And, he was trying to get to the rim. Hoodie did a great job controlling that penetration. And after I got switched off of Steph to begin to play, my man was running away to the weak side. And in our practices and film, Coach Nate Tibbetts is always talking about the lag guy, the most important guy when the guy that you're guarding is leaving the strong side, to just make sure that you don't, chase him directly to the opposite corner or the opposite side of the floor. And that became me. Once I switched off of him, my guy was running out to the opposite corner, and I was the lag. So I kind of like turned and took a peek at the action and just watched how it developed. And once we ran Draymond off the line and he was coming downhill pretty fast, I waited a second to make sure that he was going to commit to going to the rim. And once he did, I just stepped in and took the charge.
Next question is coming from Jamie Hudson with NBC Sports Northwest.
Dame, with how they're trapping you, how would you categorize what Melo's been able to do, especially late in games recently?
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. I think in this league, guys age. But when you're a Hall of Fame level player with the kind of ability that he has, you mentally, you always there. He still believes. And in those moments, he's had so many situations in his career where he's had to step up and he's had to hit big shots and make big plays. So when I'm getting that much attention, it makes me that much more comfortable, getting that ball out, knowing that his chance is going to get to his hands and he's going to be the guy that is getting the shot or making that decision. And this entire time that we've been dealing with all these injuries, Melo's been huge. Even in that second group, he's been getting mismatches and scoring on the block. He's been hitting threes. He's been, directing traffic on the back line of our defense. He's been huge. And then a game like tonight where, I don't remember the last time I got trapped that hard and that consistent in every action. And the right play was just to get the ball out. And, he had another big night. And I don't think if he doesn't have that type of night and, DJ isn't hitting shots and GT, if guys aren't making shots to make them at least think about what's happening once I get the ball out, we don't win this game.
Next question is coming from Jason Quick with The Athletic.
Dame, can you describe the nature of the dialogue between you and Dre after the game?
Me and Draymond?
Yeah.
Oh, he was just saying, stay healthy, keep your head up like that,
Okay. Wasn't about the last play?
No.
Okay. And then, I think there's a line between when they're trapping you that hard, there's a line between you making the right play, but then also you guys playing into their hands because, taking your offense out of the game.
That's their one.
Is there a way? What's that?
That's what they want. Me to give it up, to not have me involved.
Right. So somewhere along the line, are you guys going to have to counter that by like not bringing in a pick to bring two guys to you? Or is there a way that you guys should counter those types of aggressive defenses?
I think two things. I think the first thing is I wouldn't say that necessarily you playing into their hands. I just think when two guys trap the ball and you get the ball out. This is the NBA. So my job is to trust the fact that we're going to make an open three or we're going to score in a 2-on-1 situation. And, you know, we're going to use the disadvantage against them, even though that's what they want to do. You know, I think we aren't the only team that has seen traps, but
Right.
what you heard a trap is by making the team pay for putting so much attention on one person, and then it makes them relax. You know, I don't think it's playing in their hand. It's that's the way that you play against a trap, is by making them pay. And the other thing is, even when it wasn't a screen, you know, sometimes I just was like, I don't want to screen. And depending on how we fell into that action where I didn't want to screen, I might have some time. But even then, they were just running a defender that was closest at me, you know, whether it was a screen or not, they was just running a guy at me to
Right.
make pass the ball. So it's not necessarily, to me, it's not necessarily playing in their hands. But to your point, I think I'm the person that has to gauge it when it's like, you know, like toward the end of the game, you know, I would say the last 6 or 7 minutes, they were still playing me heavy, but I had to force it a little bit. You know, I missed a couple shots before I made, you know, the last few shots because I was like, okay, I've been making the right play. I've been getting it out. The game is a tight game. You know, we right here in a good game, but like now is the time where like I got to force it a little. I got to create an opportunity, even if it's a tough one or even whatever happens, I got to put my foot on the gas a little bit more and try to make something happen. So that's kind of the way I usually play it. But I think our team did their jobs by, you know, making shots, and the game wouldn't have been a game if they hadn't done their job with me getting all that attention for the whole game.
Right.
Next question is coming from Casey Holdall of Trailblazers.com.
Damian, you've mentioned before that the way that teams play you defensively gives you confidence. And you talked about tonight, them maybe never getting as many traps and double teams as early as you did. So did you feel that confidence tonight? And two, were you surprised they didn't send another defender at you on that last shot?
I always feel the same way, you know, and it's like a confidence of like they're showing you respect, you know, so if they selling out and they trapping you and blitzing you like this, if you can still overcome it and find a way to be productive, like that's, to me, that challenge, and like that's like the next step. You know, when I was younger, it would be like frustrating, and if I got off to a slow start, you know, I might not ever get it going. But tonight I was just like, all right, I'm gonna chase Steph around. You know, I'm gonna guard him the whole game. I'm gonna find a way to just stay involved in the game and do something, you know, but just that challenge, it picks me up, you know, it gets me going. And that last play, I think, like I said, it was off of a scramble, you know, we didn't take the ball out of the net and bring it up. I pushed it up and I tried to, you know, put a move on Bays, and I lost the ball. So it wasn't like the defense was set, you know, if they would have done it at that point, you know, maybe they weren't in position to rotate or something. So it was just like, you know, they just played it straight up.
Thanks, Dan.
Next question is coming from Nick Krupke with KPTV.
Dan, condolences to you and your family. You guys have gone through obviously a lot of sorrow, as Quick laid out in his piece today. Gun violence is certainly something that has affected people in Portland, maybe now more so than ever. You've unfortunately seen the sorrow in that, and obviously all the downside to it. What are your ideas on how you can maybe curb some of that, and what needs to be done to confront the issue of gun violence in Portland, in Oakland, and really around the U.S.?
I'm not sure. I think just growing up in that type of environment, it's way too easy to get access to guns. You know, I think that's where it starts. You know, how are these people? A lot of people have guns in their possession, you know, who don't have a reason or a right to have a gun. You know, it's like it's for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? And when a gun is misplaced or is in the hands of the wrong person, things happen. Irresponsible things can happen. But I mean, I don't have the answers. I mean, for me, it's hard to see it ever really changing. Honestly, it's hard for me to ever see it changing because of the amount of access people have to guns. And I'm far too familiar with it. You know, I went to high school with people that had pistols in high school, you know, in their lockers and in their backpacks on the bus, catching the bus to school. And, you know, 12, 13-year-olds having guns. So, I mean, I don't know how you get that under control, you know? So I don't really have the answers. I don't really know what can be done or what should be done.
Thanks, Dame. Sorry, we're gonna have to wrap it there. We've got Melo standing by.